Alright, so today we're going to be setting up my Dynamo Hub with a USB charger. And since I have to pull the front wheel off every time I load the bike in the van, I don't want to have to keep pulling the connector off from the hub. So I bought these Dyna-snap. They're magnetic. So it should be pretty easy undoing them and pulling the wheel off and putting it back on. So here's the USB charger. I'm using the Sinewave Revolution. So the Dyna-snaps are made in New Zealand. It's a New Zealand product. They do have instructions. I'm not going to go through all that. Basically just strip 15 millimeters of wire, loop it around the connector, crimp it, put the heat, have the heat shrink on there, heat shrink it, and that's about it. So give a quick little view on how these things work. So Dyna-snap, can't zoom on that. Okay, Dyna-snap, made in New Zealand. So they just pull apart. It's actually, it holds pretty good. I mean, that's pretty hard. And alright, so I want to get going on the splicing everything in. So I cut the part of the hub about 4 inches. I want to use Velcro to attach this part around the fork, and then every time I take the wheel off, I'll just undo the Velcro, undo the Dyna-snaps, and pull the wheel off. And then the rest of the wire I'll just zip tie around the fork. And alright, so I'm not gonna film the actual crimping the wires and everything. Let me get all that done and then we'll jump back in. Alright, so I got 3 of them done already, so this is the last one. I was just gonna go over this. See, it's kind of not too much of a pain, but alright, so we're gonna put the heat shrink on. There's a big one and a little. And then, so there's a little notch there in this connector, and by the instructions they want to go through the notch. Well, let me get a better twist on that. Alright, sorry. And okay, through the notch, wrap it around, and then back through the notch like so. Alright, so got a good, get a little tug. And I'm going to put this heat shrink on over the connection, and then we're gonna heat shrink that, and then this one will go, I got to go inside to do that, will go all the way over it like that to get that effect. So you'll have a little bit of overlap of the two. Nothing's exposed. And when I put these on, so this end is the USB charger end, and then here's the end that goes to the hub. So it didn't say which way to put it, but I put it like this so that water will seem to me water will shed down the and then like that, rather than like having it like that where water can get in there and pull inside there. But it's a pretty tight connection, and it seems to fit really good there. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Alright, let me pause this and go heat shrink that other part. Alright, so I think I finally got this project completed. So we'll start with the hub. So the hub is a Shimano Alfini Dynamo Hub. So I wanted to go with the Dyna-snaps because I got to pull the front wheel off every time I load it in the van. And I didn't want to wear out the connector that's on the hub there. So now that's going to stay on there permanent. And then when I take the wheel off, I'll just undo the Velcro there. And then the Dyna-snaps will just come apart because they're magnetic. So then from there, the wire just like any other dynamo comes up, and I got it going to a Sinewave Revolution USB charger. And instead of powering electronics off that, I have that going to a battery pack. The battery pack is a Rave power. It's 35,000, I believe, milliamps. It's a pass-through, so it will run. I run my Garmin Oregon 800 off of that, and that runs forever off of that. But it is a pass-through, so it'll be charging the battery as I use it, and then I can charge my phone. So I run my phone on a quad lock, a moto for a motorcycle. So that way I can run the vibration dampener, and we'll see how this goes. See if that dynamo can keep up. I think it will. I mean, if I start off with a full battery, I don't think I'll have any problem going out for about a week at a time. So in the next video, I'm going to go over what happened to the Troll and why I have an Ogre, and then everything I put on it here, because I had basically at wheels. I went and switched out the drivetrain. The only thing I pulled over from the Troll is the bottom bracket, but I'll be going over that in the next video, and hopefully I will get my my load out down by then. So I'm not going to run a front rack. I'm going to run cages, frame bag, and then 2 small panniers. All right, until next video, please like and subscribe, all that, and until next time.